What's good, man? Welcome to the Stacks gang. It's your boy DJ Stacks, aka Sir Stacks a lot. Now listen, a lot of people been asking me, what I feel about season 2, what I think about season 2. I haven't spoke about this on my channel since the release of season 2. You feel me? So it ain't nothing to talk about. I already said what I had to say before season 2 even dropped. This shit is ass. Like, it sucks. And it still sucks. These little updates that they're giving people, it's like feeding breadcrumbs to an addict, bro. It's like they don't actually address the real issues that the community as a collective, pro players, casual players, new players, legacy players have with this game. Nobody likes the fact that defense is basically a death wish. If you don't press anything, you die. And certain characters, a lot of characters, most characters have moves that cover every option, that have no risk to them, just nothing but reward, and the reward is extravagant. They increase HP, they nerf chip damage all around, but the main issues that people been asking for them to fix are still present. Matter of fact, they doubled down on the issues. They doubled down on all of this stuff. We were complaining about stance 50-50s being too strong and certain characters feeling too similar to other characters. What did they do with that information? What did they do with a year? Remember, this game came out a year and a half ago, bro. We're almost halfway through 2025. This game came out a year and a half ago. They had all this time to build community feedback, even if they made something that the community doesn't fuck with. They had all this time to realize the things that they can change and fix and make the game a better experience overall. Clearly they don't care, because they doubled down on everything we've been complaining about. Have y'all fought Dragunov since this patch? Have y'all fought the new Dragunov? That should say enough. The Jack 8 issue, oh yeah, that was insane. I'm surprised they actually nerfed him with such short notice. But King is still King. King can still spam Jaguar Sprint. Hitboxes for individual attacks for each and every character are still unbelievably strong. You can fully sidestep somebody and still get launched into oblivion. Literally. There's a clip of me completely sidestepping Brian to the point where I was facing his back, and his incinerator string, his knee, his forward 2-1-2-3 still hit me. How is that possible? That never used to happen in any of the older games. None of them. Not even the test run for Tekken 8 that was Tekken 7. Not even Tekken 7, bro. And I didn't like that game. That was the game that made me stop playing Tekken. Y'all stopped playing Tekken because of this? I stopped playing when Noctis dropped in Tekken 7, bro. That was GG's for me. I did not want to play the game after that. That's a fact. But gang, it's like they keep nerfing chip damage. First they nerfed, system chip damage across all characters, and now they individually nerf chip damage for heat smashes and shit. Gang, they nerfed Kazuya's heat smash chip damage by 1 HP. Was that even a nerf? Like, was that even a nerf, bro? 1 HP? I understand it was for all characters, so I guess they couldn't leave Kazuya untouched, right? But what does that change? The game is still dumb as hell. With all these nerfs that we've had for the past couple months now, since season 2 dropped, the game is still ass. Like, it hasn't changed, bro. Take this in. They make the game a certain way with season 2, they've doubled down on all the bullshit. And then they slowly, as the year goes on, work on fixing the game that they created. Does that make any sense? Just tell me if that makes sense to you. They make the game how they did with season 2. They gave King his dumbass Jaguar Sprint. They made Steve the stance Paragon. They overtuned so many characters. They gave Clive the fucking get over here. And then they slowly work on trying to fix it. And first of all, they called it a defense patch. Chip damage, the extra health, did not make a difference in this garbage game, bro. having extra health isn't gonna change the fact that I'm still getting clipped while I'm sidestepping. Extra health isn't gonna change the fact that I can't press anything against Lydia. I can't press anything, bro. I'm just gonna die anyway. It just drags out. If anything, it's worse because at least back then I would die quicker, bro. Now it takes even longer for me to get packed up. I'm just sitting there watching my character get his ass beat. That's the main concern. But again, obviously they don't give a fuck. People have been asking them to do something about cheaters and hackers since Tekken 7, bro. That was so long ago. That was almost 10 years ago. My nigga, it's 2025 right now. And cheaters are still active. But they banned the niggas who aesthetically mod their game for like cosmetics and skins and all that. But not ban the niggas who cheat. You see where their priorities lie? But y'all still have faith in these developers. And when I say developers, I'm talking about Harada's little midget ass. I'm not talking about the dev team. They have no control over anything. Harada, the same nigga who said, don't ask me for shit. Harada, the same nigga who was recently going back and forth with his own community on Twitter. As a grown man going back and forth with his community. Instead of just connecting, aligning with us, bro. He's disconnected not only from his community but from his own game. This nigga's like, it's like the success of Tekken 7 might have got to his head or something because this shit trash, bro. And he doesn't seem to care. Like he doesn't give a fuck. What does he say when people have valid complaints about this game? Oh, it's just legacy players that are complaining. Whole time, all of this new stuff really benefits you guys the most. We don't hear new players complaining. Why are you differentiating your player base, gang? Why are you differentiating your community into two different categories? That's bound to cause conflict in your own community, dumbass. What are you doing? It's like, you know when someone gets a new hoe and they try flexing on their old hoes like, oh, my new bitch doesn't complain. Only you used to complain and say all this. My new bitch doesn't complain about shit. It's like, this nigga got a new fan base and expanded as a developer and he doesn't know how to act. Harada's so disconnected from his game that this doesn't even feel like Tekken. Be honest. Answer me this. Does this feel like Tekken at all? Does it feel like Tekken? Yes or no? Be honest, bro. Because it's Tekken by name, but it's not Tekken by feel whatsoever. Whatsoever. Now, don't get me wrong, because Tekken still exists even in this piece of shit. You can come across a rare, very rare breed of player that's actually good at Tekken, naturally. Tekken is still alive, but it's basically dead. Like, good Tekken players nowadays are like an endangered species, bro. Real shit. Everyone's dropping this game. The player base has drastically decreased for obvious reasons. Now, unless the community decides to completely drop this game altogether to the point where Harada can make no more money, he's not gonna change this shit. He's not. And he knows y'all are not going to, because y'all have been playing Tekken for a very long time. So naturally you built a connection to this shit. You built history with this game, bro. You have trained and perfected your playstyle for years. You've practiced, you've mastered things, you've failed and you've bounced back. A lot of things have happened throughout a lot of people's Tekken careers, quote unquote. You know, like, people love this game, understandably so. But don't let that be something that people like Harada can use to take advantage of your well-being, bro. This game is made to piss you off. This game is made to lower your vibration. This game sucks, gang. When you play this shit, you get pissed off for obvious reasons. How do you feel after you fight an Alyssa player? How do you feel after you fight a Lydia main, bro? Be honest. How do you feel? You feel angry. You feel things you probably never felt playing any game before in your life. This game was made for that shit, so just be careful. If you play this game, keep an open state of mind that this game is ass and maybe you won't get that mad because you are playing a game that sucks. Just remember that. But with all that being said, bro, this new update that everyone is praising, saying that, you know, this is a step in the right direction, I just think that this update is them playing in the community's face once again, you know, because people obviously ask for certain things and they don't address those specific issues. They address things that nobody cares about. The things that don't actually negatively affect the game and the community as a whole. They don't address those things, bro. They address the shit that doesn't matter, and they continuously double down on the things we don't like. They're doing the exact opposite of what we're asking for, and people still have faith in these niggas. I just don't understand. That's how I feel about Season 2 right now. It sucks, it's garbage. There's nothing special about this. Even with all the updates that they're apparently trying to fix this game, it's not actually fixing anything for real. Maybe in the long run, who knows how this will turn out in the next 5 years, because goddamn, it's been a year and a half and the game is in this state. They're just dragging the shit out of this season and this patch, and just dragging this stress on. Like, this game sucks, bro. There's people real life depressed over this garbage. Y'all niggas need to really go outside. I said this in the last video I talked about. Y'all niggas need to go outside, bro. Stop taking this game like it's life or death. It's virtual. It's not real. It's a video game. At the end of the day, no matter how much hours and years you've spent playing this, it's a video game, bro. It's not real life. Stop letting this affect your well-being in the real world, gang. Just a word of advice. So with that being said, man, let me know down below what y'all think about Season 2 as a whole in its current state. If you think that this most recent update and the last few were a step in the right direction, or if y'all think that these updates are the devs just playing in people's face, say that. I'm gonna see y'all boys on the next video.